Let's talk about something as American as apple pie, being stressed about money. For millions, the American dream feels less like a dream and more like a nightmare where you're running in place. We're told to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, but many can't even afford the boots. This isn't about buying too much avocado toast. Nearly 40% of adults would struggle to cover a $400 emergency. When a minor expense can trigger a financial crisis, it's not a personal failing, it's a systemic one. Most people aren't living extravagantly, they're just trying to get by, and the cost of living is simply too high. The narrative of individual responsibility is a convenient distraction from the real issue. Wages haven't kept up with inflation for decades. People are working hard, juggling jobs and families, but the goalposts keep moving further away. This isn't a lecture or a scolding. It's about seeing the bigger picture, a system tilted away from the average person. The struggles so many face aren't moral failings, they're the predictable result of a broken system. So let's stop asking, what's wrong with people? And start asking, what's wrong with this system? The cost of existing has skyrocketed, while wages have barely budged. The federal minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour work full-time at that rate, and you're still below the poverty line. Even in states with higher minimums, it's not enough. It's like trying to fill a pool with a leaky thimble. Meanwhile, housing costs are out of control. In many cities, a down payment is more than your parents paid for their entire house. Rent eats up huge chunks of income before groceries are even bought. This isn't about wanting luxury, it's about wanting a safe, stable place to live. For decades, policies have favored corporations and the wealthy, funneling gains to the top while workers get crumbs. People working 2 or 3 jobs aren't bad at budgeting, they're caught between stagnant wages and soaring costs. The math doesn't work. No amount of skipping lattes can fix a structural problem. It's a fundamental imbalance, not a personal failure. Millions are running on a treadmill that only speeds up. The system is broken, not the people. Now let's talk about higher education, the supposed ticket to a better life. We tell young people to go to college, but leave out the part about the mountain of debt. Student loan debt is over $1.7 trillion, hanging over 45 million Americans. This debt shapes every major life decision: buying a house, starting a family, or launching a business. Why is college so expensive? State funding cuts force schools to raise tuition, and easy federal loans let prices soar. The cost shifts from the state to students, trapping them in a cycle of debt. We've turned education into a high-stakes financial gamble. Young people are mortgaging their futures before they even start. It's a predatory system, not a rite of passage. The struggle isn't a mystery, it's the price of entry. Nothing can wreck your finances faster than getting sick in America. Our healthcare system is a maze of insurers, hospitals, and drug companies, all designed to extract money when you're most vulnerable. We treat healthcare as a consumer good, not a right. If you can't afford it, you risk your life. A simple ER visit can cost thousands. Having a baby, tens of thousands, even with insurance. Medical debt is a leading cause of bankruptcy, wiping out savings for people who did everything right. Even with insurance, you're hit with deductibles, co-pays, and endless bills. People delay care because of cost, turning small problems into big ones. This isn't a free market. It's a hostage situation. You don't get to shop around when you're sick. You just pay whatever the hospital demands. Decades of lobbying have shaped a system that works for corporations, not patients. The result? Catastrophe for ordinary people. After all this, stagnant wages, sky-high costs, crushing debt, and predatory healthcare, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But it's crucial to understand, it's not your fault. Most Americans are hardworking, but the game is rigged against them. The problem isn't individual effort, it's a lack of a fair playing field. Policies favoring the wealthy, weakened worker protections, and defunded public services are choices, not accidents. Recognizing the rigged game is the first step to changing the rules. These systems were built by people, and they can be changed by people. We can demand living wages, affordable housing, healthcare as a right, and real solutions to student debt. If you're struggling, you're not alone. There's power in shared struggle. Hope isn't blind optimism. It's the belief that together, we can fight for something better. The American dream should be a promise we can keep, and it's worth fighting for.